DreAllDay.com.
What's up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is called "You Need a Challenge." And why I say that, because y'all have heard me maybe say things about competition. What I want to talk about in the challenge is this, to tell you a quick story. There's this Starbucks that I go to often. I don't drink coffee, but my lady, she drinks coffee. So I go to Starbucks and I get her a drink, almost the same drink almost every time. So I go to the Starbucks all the time in the mornings, right? And sometimes I go to the Starbucks and it might be like 2 people in line in front of me, but they still be taking too long. I'm like, there's only 2 people in line in front of me. Why the baristas, whatever? Why are they taking so long? Why are they moving so slow? Why is the service here not that good? I don't know. One day, about 3 weeks ago, I went to the Starbucks at it was like 8:15 or 9:15 in the morning. So it was boom, like middle rush hour. I get to the Starbucks and the line is like out the door. I couldn't even step inside the store. I had to hold the door open to stand in my spot in line because that's how many people was in line in front of me. It had to be like 15 people in line. There was already 10 people over there waiting to get the drinks that they already paid for. That day, that line moved as efficiently as I've ever seen a Starbucks line move. They had like 4 people working in the back. Everybody was hitting on all cylinders. Each person had their job and everything was flowing perfectly. And it 100% had to do with the fact that they saw there was a line out the door, that they started moving at that level. What does that have to do with this week's motivation? Those people in Starbucks needed a challenge. Because when there were only 2 people in line, they didn't do nothing. They were slow, they were dragging their feet, they were taking their time. There was nothing that woke their mind up. You need something to wake your mind up that says, hey, let's spring into action. Let's put all of our resources, mentally, physically, emotionally, into this task right now. Because when the challenge is too small, you don't have any incentive to do that. When the challenge is bigger, you have an incentive. Now you need to take all the resources you have at that moment in that spot and put them all towards accomplishing this one goal that you need to get done. And when those Starbucks workers saw how long that line was, that was the wake-up call. So for all of you out there, if you feel like you kind of sleepwalking through your life right now, whether that be your academics, whether that be your relationships, whether that be what you're doing in business, whether that be what you do in your sport, is because you probably don't see enough of a challenge. Does that mean you need to change the entire situation, quit and go to somewhere else, or dump your boyfriend or girlfriend and get somebody else, or quit the basketball team and go play for another one? No, doesn't mean that. It just means you need to take a different look at the situation that you're in. You need to look at it a little bit different. Those Starbucks employees could have looked at the 3 of us who were online that day and imagined that we were all secret shoppers who were going to give a review to them. They could have imagined we were Starbucks executives who had never been seen by them, and we were evaluating their work and could have fired any one of them on the spot or shut the whole store down if they didn't do a good job. If they had that mentality, that 2-person line could have moved just as fast as the 15-person line. But again, that's all up to you and the way you want to look at it. So you can take the current situation you're in that you're sleepwalking through. You can look at it differently, look at it through a different pair of glasses, a different paradigm, for all of you who know that word from Stephen Covey. Look at it through a different pair of glasses and you have a different challenge. You can look at this situation like, oh, I'm at the end of the bench, I don't have a reason to work hard and practice. Or you can look at it like, all right, now I got to get better than him, and go through the entire roster. That's the only way I'm going to get playing time. I got to outplay this guy today. Then tomorrow I got to outplay him. And tomorrow I got to outplay those 2 and this guy. And every day you got yourself a new challenge. So it's just a matter of how you look at things, because there are people who are in the situation you're in, the same situation you're in right now, who feel a ton of energy and they're snapped to attention for it, while there are other people who feel a situation where your energy is high and they feel like they're sleepwalking. They don't see the challenge. So it just depends on the way you want to look at the situation that you're in, and you have 100% control over that. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you check back next week, the same day, to catch more tutorial content. Check out all my favorite content up here. All my social networks, you can follow me over here. Make sure you are subscribed to catch all my new content coming out here on this channel every single day. Work on your game.